Welcome back to 30 at 6. I'm here with Cecil County Democrats Club President Jen Castellano-Graham. We're talking about the Cecil County Democrats Annual BBQ, which is coming up on September 28th. Yes. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. So tell me about the barbecue. What is its purpose?
So the barbecue is our annual fundraiser that we have, and it really is to not just bolster the values of the Democratic Party throughout Cecil County and raise awareness, but its also primary purpose is to raise funds for our scholarship fund that we have every year. We give out scholarships to the local high school students within the Cecil County to go to Cecil College. Yeah.
And who do you expect to attend every year? I know we often get candidates.
Yeah, often we do have candidates who come. Last year we actually had several. This is an off year for presidential and governor and senator. So we are looking more to speak to our general population about just the values themselves and regrouping to get prepared for 2020. We have Dr. Maya Rockymore Cummings who's coming. She's actually the chair of the Democratic Party for Maryland, as well as Allison Galbraith, who is the second vice president of the party as well, and they'll be speaking with us. And we might have a little smattering here and there of other pop-up surprise visitors as well. But it's more than just speakers. We also have beer and prizes, as well as silent auction, and 3 bands that are going to be coming. So it'll be really a lot of family fun. Yeah.
So you touched on the fact that this is an off year. So what are the priorities of the barbecue and of the club?
Yeah. So last year we had a theme that was riding the blue wave, right? It was nationwide across the board, and everybody really got involved. It was something that we could tackle and sink our teeth into. This year, Dr. Rockymore Cummings had come up with a very witty, very poignant theme of Go Deep. And the reason why it's Go Deep is because we really want to know what our constituents are looking for. We feel like there's a part of our party that has gotten away from what our actual constituents are interested in and what their values are. A lot of them will tend to feel used sometimes at election season. So we're doing our due diligence now and coming to the board and saying, instead of what we're proposing as our platform, we want to know what you're interested in. So what are the values that you're holding that are really touching your family personally in your personal life? So we're going out and holding forums. We're having surveys. We have teams that are out at every public event that we can get a table at to really find out what our general populace, the man on the street or a woman, as well, is really interested in. So it could be from jobs to taxation to healthcare, to the gun control laws, anything, just even the diversity and what's going on in Washington as well as Annapolis. So it's across the board.
When you talk to these people and when you talk about the people whose opinions and sentiments you're trying to gather, are you focusing mostly on people you know are Democrats or everyone?
Everyone, actually, because truly, when you really come down to it, politics serves everyone. And even the Democratic Party does have to serve everyone. It's regardless of party. And most of the time, if not all the time, we dream about having that perfect partisan establishment where, regardless of who's in the House, we're going to work together. And that's really what we're looking for, is a political scene where people are working together to actually get things done, because I really feel that everyone across the board can remark on the sentiment of frustration right now, that we really don't feel like enough is getting done in the areas that really need to be focused on. So we're asking everyone, and we're also asking people who aren't even registered yet. So because we really feel like the powerful movement is going to come from our younger voters. Those who are right now in their senior year should be registering to vote. They should be getting out in 2020, and if they don't have that information, they can come and see me or any one of my team, or just go to the post office and apply there.
Whatever
non-judgmental, wherever you go. But we really want to not just register people, but get them out to vote after, because that next step is really where it happens. If you don't actually do it, and then where that interest comes of whether they're Republican or they're Democrat or Independent or whatever party they hold to, all of them have to go into that booth at the end of the year.
So whatever your political leanings, at the barbecue, you'll have some speakers, you'll have lots of food. There's always a ton of food,
including vegetarian this year. So
oh, that's great. That's great. Good.
Yes.
Good to point out. And then there's music. What kind of live music?
We have 3 different bands. One is actually a made-up team, a conglomerate that has come together from various conversations. And I apologize that I don't have all the bands' names, but the one is a mixture of our chair of the bylaws committee, our secretary, one of the players from the central committee, and one other. So it's an interesting mixture, but they're actually playing like a mixture of bluegrass, folk, of banjo and violin. So it'll be an interesting mix to see what that happens. The other 2 bands are also family. All of them are local. So it's looking to have a really fun time with it.
Cool.
Plus we're also having, as I said, games like cornhole and that type of thing. We'll have a silent auction. And it's really just a full-on barbecue. So the moment you get your ticket, it's a smorgasbord. Yeah.
Fun. Where can people get tickets?
So they can either see any of the members who are honestly walking around with them in their pocket at any given moment. I have 20 right now for sale. And you can also buy them online, which is cecildemocratclub.org/shop. And there's 2 different options. One is for children, which is $12 plus a processing fee if it's online. And children is 2 to 10. And then anyone 10 and older is an adult, and that's $28. If online, it's $29 and change for the processing fee. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other upcoming events? We're running
We
low on
have
time
a ton, and I will try and be really brief about because they're very important. And I wrote them down so my committees would not get upset with me. So we have the Elkton Fall Fest, which you probably have already advertised on the 21st. That's right. So we are squeezing in a table there. We'll be sitting with the Central Committee. We'll have a canvassing and phone banking day on the 22nd. That's a Sunday from 10 to 1. We have a tax reform forum on the 25th at the library, the Elkton Library, and that's from 6:30 to 8:30, where they're actually going over how the tax reform is actually personally affecting anyone. So senior citizens, employees, whomever. We have a You Can Run social coming up on October 25th.
Yeah.
That's huge. That is a workshop that we're putting together with the Democratic Party to really help anyone who wants to run for office. The basics, nuts and bolts of fundraising, canvassing, phone banking, how to get your word out, how to get advertising, what the do's and don'ts are, to really help anybody who wants to run for office.
Yeah.
And then the last one is LULAC, which is the League of United Latin American Council. We actually have a Cecil chapter here, and it's they're having a trunk or treat fundraiser on October 26th, and that all the information could be found on our website.
Great, which is?
Our website is cecildemocratclub.org.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate your time.
Jen Castellano-Graham is the president of the Cecil County Democrats Club.
Thank you.